Here we go. Okay, so I want to talk about how to vote. Now, here we go here. So these are the two ballots. These are actual ballots. So green one. The green one is always the lower house. Think grass is on the ground. It's on the lower house. It's actually the color of the house. All the leather inside is green, but it doesn't work when we go to this because this is the Senate and the Senate's red, but this is white. But you know the difference. So this is the House of Representatives. On this ballot, you have all candidates. This one is for 2019, so this was the last, and this is for Fisher. And you'll see it's just a series of boxes. If you're in a political party, you do get to have your logo at the side, which I find odd straight away, because it means if you don't have a political party or you're an independent, you don't get the same advertising as anyone else. So to me, that there's already inequality in that, but that's by the by. Your job here is to fill in every box in the order of your choosing, starting with 1. And on this one, we have, it says here 1 to 7. You would need to fill in all 7, so 1 to 7 in whatever order you choose. If you miss one, there are a couple of compensations that may screen in, but you'll need a scrutineer to pull that out. So if this is 7 candidates and they've filled in 1 to 6, and one box is open, as long as they started with 1 and the rest are consecutive, if a scrutineer goes, hang on, I want that one counted in, it would be counted in. Why? Because it's logical we know what the intention of the voter was. They voted for those 6, and that last place was obviously going to be 7. They just didn't fill it in. But that means a scrutineer has to find that. There's 121,000, I think, people in the seat of Fisher and similar in the seat of Fairfax. That is a lot of looking for little grains of sand on the beach. So that is the House of Representatives. What colour is it? Green. It's green. How many boxes do you fill in? 7. All of them, yep. It also says in the Electoral Act, this is an interesting statement, it says, this is in section 245(1), it says, it shall be the duty of every elector to vote at an election. So that means compulsory voting. Now, some people don't like compulsory voting. They go, I shouldn't have to vote. If I don't like them, why should I have to vote for them? The thing is, we all have to be equally responsible for the outcome. That's what that's what it actually means. It means no one gets to cop out and say, well, I didn't vote, therefore it's not my fault. If you didn't vote, it's probably more your fault than having voted. Because if you didn't vote, you weren't any resistance. And I said this last time. If we have 2 people, one is voting, let's say one is voting for United Australia Party or Labor, whatever party you like. Anyway, one's voting over here, and here's a person over here that would oppose that vote, but they choose not to vote. Are there any resistance left? No. There's no resistance left. So that means this is almost worth 2 votes now because one has been removed. And informal votes are very high, and that's partly around education. We don't actually teach how to vote or politics in school. Do we find that odd? Yes. I find that odd, that our kids don't know how to vote in an election before they leave school. And it's good to know that some schools are actually changing that slowly. They're probably losing funding or not sure. Okay, so now in the Constitution, which I love the Constitution. If you haven't got a copy, you can download it. It is such an interesting read because a lot of the protections that we have are in the Constitution, obviously. Now, our Prime Minister didn't use those in the last couple of years, but it actually empowers you and helps you realise that we are actually sovereign. We are the ones who choose our senators. We are the ones who choose our House of Representative members. That's us. It's our job. It's our duty. So we need to elevate that position. Now, I'm guilty more than most because until I was about 35, election day for me was just getting in the way of going surfing or whatever I was doing. It really was. I'm like, why do I have to do that, Dad? Seriously. You know, I'm married with kids. Why do I have to go and vote? You know, and you got to do your job. And it wasn't until I finally understood the power of a vote, and it's been a long journey since then, but the importance of that should be felt for everybody because we need to take control of where our vote goes. We need to take control of who we vote for and what the outcome is going to be, and also helping educate others as well.
Authorised by Tony Moore, candidate for Fisher, the United Australia Party, 153 Goodling Drive, Mirramack, Queensland 4226.